President.
I recognize the senator from Iowa.
A few days ago, I stood here and congratulated Lithuania on its Independence Day. Well, there's another Baltic state that has Independence Day yesterday, the country of Estonia. Just as we celebrate Independence Day on the anniversary of our Declaration of Independence, yesterday marked the anniversary of Estonia's Declaration of Independence in 1918. The United States established diplomatic relations with Estonia 4 years later in 1992, and that recognition and relationship with Estonia has continued uninterrupted until today. That's right. We even had accredited Estonian diplomats working in the United States throughout the 50 years that Estonia was illegally occupied by the Soviet Union, and Moscow considered Estonia as a legitimate part of the Soviet Union. So we never gave up on Estonia's freedom. That's something that we Americans can be proud of, standing by our friends. Today, Estonia is very free, very prosperous, and very pro-American. Yesterday was also a more somber anniversary. 4 years ago, Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russian forces reached the outskirts of the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv in an attempt to overthrow the democratic elected government of Ukraine. As we know, that failed due to the courageous and determination of the Ukrainian people, who were able immediately to push back Russian forces out of at least half the territory that they initially took. Russian troops have failed to make any major breakthrough, taking tiny amounts of territory at the cost of tens of thousands of Russian lives. Those losses would be unsustainable for any country that values the lives of its people, or that must answer to its citizens for its actions in democratic countries. What was supposed to be only a 3-day military operation has been 4 years of all-out warfare. Ukrainians are going without power or without heat in sub-zero temperatures because Russia has targeted civilian power plants. Churches in Russian-occupied areas of Ukraine have been closed, and Christians have been persecuted if they do not accept the authority of the Russian Orthodox Church and its KBG leader of that church, who answers only to Putin. But just like the brave Estonians, for now 100 years plus, under the Soviet occupation, Ukrainians will never concede their sovereignty, and they will never give up on their countrymen who are currently suffering under brutal Russian occupation. Just like we did for Estonia, we ought to not give up on Ukrainian freedom and independence, and the United States should do everything it can to make sure that the Ukrainian people are helped to preserve their country and preserve their freedom. Nothing more could be more American. I yield the floor. Suggests the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks.